Hello our dear subscribers and channel guests. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so as not to miss our updates. If it's not difficult for you to put your finger on the top, we will be very pleased. Thanks in advance. Now let's talk about big and luxurious Geely Xingyu L. The Geely KX11 is a mid-size four-wheel drive SUV and the largest vehicle on the CMA modular bogie, which is the commander-in-chief of the Chinese automaker's lineup. The crossover, combining exquisite design, functional interior and modern stuffing, is focused primarily on wealthy family men who are not accustomed to sacrifice. The full-scale premiere of Geely KX11 took place in April 2021 at the stands of the Shanghai International Motor Show. However, almost all information about him was announced a few weeks before the event. At home, the car made its debut as the Xingyu L. KX11 is the factory index, where the L index stands for large, luxury and liberate, big, luxury and free, but in the world markets, it will be supplied under a different name. Externally, Geely KX11 can boast of a beautiful and balanced, but at the same time really solid appearance, the self-confident face of the off-road vehicle is decorated with frowning headlights, a massive shield of the radiator grille with vertical slats and a solid bumper, and on its lean stern, there are stylish lanterns connected by a horizontal jumper, a relief luggage door and an unpretentious bumper. In profile, the crossover is distinguished by brutal, dynamic and proportional outlines, a long hood, a powerful shoulder line, a sloping roof, and rounded square wheel arches that accommodate trollers, measuring from 18 to 20 inches, depending on the version. In terms of its dimensions, Geely KX11 fits into the segment of mid-size SUVs. It reaches 47-70 mm in length, of which the distance between the wheelsets extends by 28-45 mm. The interior of the crossover looks attractive and progressive behind the embossed multifunctional steering wheel, sportingly truncated in the lower part. There is a 12.3-inch display of the virtual instrument cluster, and almost the entire width of the front panel is occupied by a single glossy coating, under which two 12.3-inch touchscreens flaunt at once. One of them is personal for the front passenger of the infotainment complex. But not without classic solutions from the bottom of the center console. Physical keys for controlling the microclimate and various heating are lined up in a slender row. The Geely KX11 has a 5-seater salon. In the front part, there are ergonomic chairs with an unobtrusive side profile, a large number of adjustments. In the top inhabitants of the second row are given not only a comfortable sofa and a sufficient supply of free space, even for 3 adult passengers, but also conveniences like a folding armrest with cup holders, own ventilation deflectors, a pair of USB connectors and niches for small things. In the arsenal of a mid-size crossover, a roomy trunk, its volume is at least 550 liters when loaded under the curtain, but the exact data are still unknown. The backrest of the rear seat folds in 2 unequal sections into a completely flat area, which allows more than 2 to increase the cargo capacity of the hold. In a niche under the raised floor near the car, a full-size spare wheel and a neat organizer with tools are placed. Specifications under the hood of the Geely KX11: there are aluminum petrol 4s of the modular Volvo Drive E family with a working volume of 2.0 liters with an inline layout, turbocharged phase shifters on both camshafts, an electric coolant pump and a variable oil pump. The first option is the TDT4 Evo engine, generating 218 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 325 Nm of torque at 4,000 RPM. The second is the TDT5 engine, the potential of which is 238 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 350 Nm of peak thrust at 4,800 RPM. By default, both units are mated with an 8-range hydromechanical automatic ASIN and an all-wheel drive transmission with a Haldex multi-plate clutch of the 6th generation, which manages the rear axle connection. Up to 50% of the torque can be directed here. Dynamics, speed and consumption from 0 to 100 km/h. A mid-size SUV accelerates after just 7.9 seconds, and its maximum speed exceeds 200 km/h. In the combined cycle, the fuel consumption of the 5-door varies from 6.8 to 7. Design features: the base for the Geely KX11 is a modular platform CMA, compact modular architecture, with a transverse engine and a monocoque body, in the power structure of which high-strength and ultra-high-strength grades of steel and aluminum are used. The car has independent suspensions of both axles with hydraulic shock absorbers, traditional springs and anti-roll bars on the front axle. A McPherson type system on the rear, a multi-link design. The crossover is equipped with rack and pinion steering and active electric power steering. Disc brakes, ventilated at the front, are mounted on all wheels of the car, supplemented by ABS, EBD and other assisting electronics. Trims and prices in China. Sales of the Geely KX11, to be more precise, the Xinju L, are set to begin in the summer of 20. For a mid-size crossover, a rich set of options is declared: front and side airbags and curtain airbags, alloy wheels with dimensions from 18 to 20 inches, matrix headlights, LED lights, panoramic roof, leather trim, virtual instrument cluster, media system with two 12.3-inch screens, dual-zone climate control, all-round cameras, remote-controlled automatic parking, adaptive cruise control, blind